Darth Boy, and I thought I'd show you all the setup. As of right now, the PS3 is still working fine. And we also have a new member to the setup family. We have our 4K UHD Blu-ray player, which has some dust on it. God damn, dust is a real asshole. If you haven't noticed this by now. Got the HD DVD player. And we got all this shit. I'm also using like a Steadicam type device to hopefully stabilize the video. We do have some new 4K releases in the collection. For instance, we have Baby Driver. And I think somewhere around here I should have 2 4K releases. Comedy in 4K, Rough Night. And if you're wondering, well, why'd you get this movie? That's the reason why. Hope the video's stable. And I got Arrival. I'm going to show these off in an update. I also got this box set, but it did not come with the 4K version of Dracula. It came with a different version of Dracula, but because we are moving into the world of 4K, we have to have 4K stuff. I'm also going to be spraying my steel books with this anti-rust stuff. And we're watching a Francis video because Francis is a freaking funny YouTube character. I really hope the video is a lot more stable than it's been previously. This is supposed to be a Steadicam. Got Close Encounters of the Third Kind on 4K. I think most releases now I'm gonna get 4K instead of the instead of the Blu-ray, because I have a 4K player now. If it's a new release of a movie, I'm less likely to buy the DVD. By the way, you know what I should fucking watch? I still have not seen. Oh jeez, damaged Gremlins. I have not seen Gremlins yet. And I've owned Gremlins for a few years now, and I still haven't watched it. This is still one of the most sleek releases for a film that I've ever seen, even though it's a little weird how it doesn't have a traditional disc holder, but nevertheless, this set is gorgeous. It is such a gorgeous set. I don't know if I lost the backing. I probably did lose the backing. And we're just browsing the collection because it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. And I got the Target exclusive version of Ghost in the Shell, but you don't know this. The slipcover was a little beaten up, and I tried gluing it on. I tried gluing it back. It kind of worked to varying success. Honestly, this should have been the poster they used for the main Blu-ray release instead of this one. This one, like if you compare the two, right, you guys can see that the Ghost in the Shell one on the right looks way better than the one on the left. Granted, my hand is blocking it, but nevertheless. I also hope the video is a lot more stable. It should be stable because we have a Steadicam that we're using. We're probably going to be using this more for videos where I'm walking around. There's the mix match shelf. Got some DC animated movies. And we got a stack of movies that I'm going to be getting rid of probably by the time you see this video. These movies will already have been given away. And this is the Target exclusive of Ghost in the Shell, but I kept the bonus disc and just took off the cover. because there's no point in keeping that cover. I also had a copy of the Wolverine. I've been really debating about getting rid of this version for a few years. The problem is I do love this cover. This is one of my favorite covers to any movie release that I own. But I guess the reason why I was so against putting it or giving it away was because I just like the slipcover better than the deluxe version. But now I've just accepted the fact that I don't need 2 copies of the fucking Wolverine, especially when I have the better copy. There's also probably going to be a Blu-ray update at some point. There's probably already a Blu-ray update of some kind anyway. Yeah, this Steadicam called the Sun Pack 4000 AVG. It's a really nice Steadicam. I've been meaning to get a Steadicam for a while. I was going to use this with my DSLR, but I'm not sure if I can really support the weight of my DSLR. Anyway, let's go to the setup, as I like to call it, the mess of the setup, and you'll see why that is in a few minutes. So yeah, this is the setup. The good news is that everything now is connected to surge protector. Mostly everything was connected to a surge protector, but once I got the 4K Blu-ray player, it was well, I better get a surge protector for this. We've had the surge protector for years, so I thought, you know what, I'll just use this for there. And I've got to figure out a way to better ventilate the PS3. Maybe if there's a way for me to, like, put a fan on the back of it, because I don't want this thing dying again, you know, and I don't feel like getting it repaired a second time, although that is very unlikely. Then we got the HD DVD player. It is kind of amazing to me when I really look at it. You guys can see that, right? Like, if you compare the 4K Blu-ray player to the HD DVD player, how much thicker that one is. Although, to be fair, the HD DVD player was made in an age where standard def tube TVs were still around, so it felt it had to compensate for those users of those televisions. So this thing's got a lot of inputs and outputs. It's got the HD DVD, it's got the HDMI out, and it's got component and composite. But to get that to work, you would just plug your component in, and then your audio jack. And I guess this thing can work with LAN. I am really tempted to unhook this thing, plug it directly into my router, and plug in some random monitor, right? Just to update this player's firmware if an update is still somehow available, which is unlikely, but whatever. And then look at that player, man. Look how nice that player is over there. Just look at that thing. That is a gorgeous player. Obviously, it is longer than the PS3, but the PS3 has to do more than just be a Blu-ray player. It has to be a game console and a media player as well. So there's that, and then you've got just a bunch of random shit connected up. I had to rewire some things, or not rewire, well, yeah, maybe rewire is the right word, and oh, fuck. Are you serious? Did I really... Do I seriously not have a plug for the... region-free Blu-ray player? Okay. So we're gonna see if we can do this. one hand. Because that is very surprising for a lot of reasons. Okay, apparently I did not have a wire hooked up to this. So why don't we go to the other room and see if we can correct that mistake. And there's my old DVD player. Had this thing forever. I just hope that thing wasn't shot, because I did not see how my camera captured that. So, let's get the remote. Wait a minute. This would be plugged into 3, right? 3 has a couple of different things hooked up. Has a DSLR camera line. I guess I thought that's really weird to me. Because I haven't used this one in a while. Is there a reason? Nope, looks like it's working. Unless it's not. Nope, it's working. Why was there no HDMI cable plugged into that? It's really weird, man. Let's get a movie that can handle it. We got a couple of UK releases here. I like to buy DVDs from the UK or other countries. And when you do that, you have to have shit that can handle it. So this is a region-free Blu-ray player, but I don't have any region-free Blu-rays, but I still buy region 2 or non-region 1 DVDs for this reason. So we're gonna see if this bad boy works, because I'm gonna assume I had a reason for not having that plugged in. I guess I didn't. I guess I did not have a reason for the region-free Blu-ray player being unplugged. Yeah. Don't know why that looks kind of crappy. You can see that, right? Yeah, this is probably also just an older release, too. I couldn't find individual release of this movie outside the or inside the U.S. So it's PAL region, but it works on this thing because of whatever. But yeah, this is kind of one of the things I do love about having a setup like this, though. And now you're gonna wonder, well, Darth, how would you connect this to the you said this is also connected to the Wii, right? Yes, it is. Why don't we see what happens? So in order to get the Wii working without reaching to the switcher, which is somewhere back to there. I don't think that's a switcher, though. That's a box. I'd have to turn it off. In theory, this should go straight to the Wii. If it's hooked up. Yep. So, as you can see, what it did there was it shut off. And when another device is on, you just have to turn off the previous device that you were using This is primarily because the Wii doesn't have a HDMI output. It has a component out, and that's the max in terms of video quality, but there's a way I loopholed around that. I plugged in a component to HDMI adapter, and that worked. I could have also just bought a Wii to HDMI adapter, which probably would have been cheaper in retrospect, but I like complicated shit. Anyway, live long and prosper and have a nice day.